And live.
That is what's happening. Welcome to another episode of UnQuantized Podcast, the number one producer podcast everywhere on the internet. I guess everywhere in the world. If you on the internet, you're the best everywhere in the world.
True.
There
It's
you
like
go.
Did you see the dude that was saying he's like, why does people say the NBA, the world champions? They're not the world champions. Like, bro, you're stupid, bro.
Bro, fam. I keep it real. I kind of feel him on that though.
But you got to think the NBA is the only one where it's like everybody goes to the NBA. So it's like the best talent is going to the NBA. So the NBA is like the top, where everywhere else is not necessarily like that. But the NBA is the one thing where it's like that's the top, that's the elite of the elite. People from China go to the NBA. People from, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
I saw that was the argument. Everybody's like, well, all the best people from around the world play here in the NBA. But my thing is, that's true. But to say world champions means you play against other people in the world. That's where the distinction goes to me. Because I do agree. Like, number one, we are the best. I mean, dirt off the shoulders. We are strictly the best. There's no competition.
True.
And the best people from all the world play here. But we don't play anyone else in the world. It's kind of an assumed thing. We could be aliens. If aliens got a league, we're gonna run them.
No, he had a podcast moment because I think he said that and he didn't know the intentions. Because now it's like, bro, you can't go to no basketball games. No NBA player gonna be your friend. All the rappers think you lame now. You know what I mean? This is like you put yourself in a bad situation over a bad take. It wasn't even a great take. You know
who was homie again?
He's like what was his Olympic track runner? Yeah, so you see the
I don't want to sports shame.
Yeah.
I don't want to sports shame, but like, bro, you ain't the one. Yeah. You ain't the one to be weighing in on this. They go tear you up in them streets. Dang, bro. So before we move into any topics, did I miss anything this week? Because I've been out of the loop. I'm not gonna lie, I've been living life off of Instagram and really off of social media for the most part all week. Socially, not posting, not the best thing in the world, but dog, I felt so good. And then I got on Instagram today and I was like, I immediately felt not horrible, but just this angst. I was like, damn.
Yep, that's
real.
I've been on social media hiatus for a minute. You know what I mean? I've been dipped off for a second. It's been great. It's been fun. That's the problem. I've been enjoying it too much. I'm like, I like this life. And then it's like, I got to get back to work though. You know what I mean? And
I'm with you.
Yeah. And so now people just think I'm a club promoter because the only time I post is about the club now. So it's like, I got to balance it out. I got to show some beats and some DJing or something. People got to think I'm more than just a party now.
Right. Like, oh, this man just parties all day long.
That's it. You only see me post on Wednesdays.
Man, listen, I encourage you to join me in this hybrid social living. I've done it before and I think I'm gonna do it again where it's kind of living off of social media like we've been doing, but it's posting stuff, but not really being, and this is probably horrible advice, by the way. Don't take my advice, but take my advice. Getting on there, you actually posting stuff, but you got checking on it. You just kind of like posting as part of the schedule. And like once that thing is posted, I'm out of here again. Because the thing is, you stick around and then you start seeing other stuff, and then next thing you know, you live online again.
Yeah. It's tricky, man. Social media is like one of those things that I wouldn't think I would have such, I don't want to say issues with, but it's like you have to build barriers, I feel like, because especially for us, because we work, it's like it's our job too. So it's like entertainment in our job. So it gets really blurry sometimes of just like, I feel like I get too consumed in social media. So I try to set up these like barriers of like, which kind of then causes issues with creating content. So it's like, it's a balance. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody got to kind of figure it out.
When it's part of your job, it does kind of suck. Like my version of social media that I like, me and my wife sending memes to each other.
Yeah, that's me. The same. I feel you.
Fire. Yeah. No, that's fire social media right there. That's some A1 quality social media. But this job related stuff, it's not it. And producers been suffering with that for a long time.
It's like it's hard to have fun when all the stuff that you have fun with is your job also. Like I go to the club, I'm a DJ. So I'm listening to all the mixes. I'm analyzing like, ooh, that was a good transition. Like, ooh, okay. So if I was to do this, I would. And it's like, bro, I need to sit and have fun, but I'm over here thinking about music. You know what I mean? I'm over here thinking about,
Right.
ooh, that's a good snare they use. Like, ooh, I should probably use that kind of snare. You know what I mean? Like, that was a good snare. Ain't nobody else in the club thinking about that. They think about, you know, what drink specials they got right now. You know what I mean?
Bro, so what do you say to people that say when it comes to social media and getting out there, making videos and all that, just do it?
Mhm.
What do you say to that theory?
Yo, run blind. Just do stuff and then don't look at it. Because when we started the podcast, I feel like we weren't even thinking about it like that. We were just doing stuff because it was just like fun to do. And so we
Oh
were just
yeah.
kind of head down working. And it's like then we look up and it's like, oh, we doing shows in New York and LA. It's like, but then that's when it started. I feel like it got harder. It's because then you start realizing all the stuff that's going on, and it's like, oh God, I got to keep up with all this. You know what I mean? But when it's just heads down, we were just doing stuff. It was so much easier because it's like, no
Yeah.
expectations. This is kind of like, we just doing stuff.
So I ain't gonna lie, it sounds like the advice, which is horrible but great advice, care less.
Yeah.
Just care less. Because when we didn't care, it was, it was fun. But once you start looking at it as a
I wish
job,
I could say what I just thought. Okay, but
come
you'll
on,
immediately
man, let's
get what
do it.
no, you'll immediately get it because I was gonna say, what would blank 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 do? And you know exactly.
Yo, man, why do
10%,
I
10%.
understand that?
No,
Why,
I knew you knew what I'm talking about.
why do I understand you?
I knew immediately. I knew you would be like, yo, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. And by the way, for those wondering, he's saying, what would Jesus do?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Not a producer.
Yeah. No. What would Jesus do? Hey, I tell you what, I know one thing that Jesus would do. If Jesus were here right now, he would download Serato 2.0.
That is fact. Because he knows great quality work. You know what I mean? He turned bread into wine and water into wine and was it bread into I'm a mess.
bread and wine
It's
is
been a long
wild.
day. It's been a long day. Forgive me.
It's yeasty.
But anyway, now you can turn samples into stems. Y'all get where I was going with this.
There you go.
Hey, forgive me.
After you walk on water, the next thing you got to do is make some fire, and that is where Serato sample 2.0 comes in. This is not an ad, but boy, have I been waiting for this day. I'm not even gonna say what I was about to say.
Great time in production history. One Serato sample, one was fire. I was already a fan. Now the fact that stems something that I was doing, and then it's one of those things. You ever have like a technique, and it's like, ooh, man, I don't want everybody to know it, but then it's like you glad everybody know it. It's like Chat GPT. I was mad that everybody kind of figured it out, but I'm not mad because now it grows and it's gonna be something big. I can't be selfish. That's how I felt about stems and Serato, right? Because I would like early, we was taking the stems, we like stripping stuff and then putting in Serato sample chopping. Great times. Early, that was fun times. It's like, ooh, new technology. Now it's like more accessible. So I'm glad though, because it saves steps. Now I don't have to do all this chopping and re-downloading and exporting it and matching it. Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah. And so my whole theory on this was, because they already had stems and of course the Serato DJ stuff, and more importantly in Serato Studio. And that's why I was always telling people about Serato Studio. I'm like, yo, you got to use it. You got to use it. Don't sleep on this dog, because they had, it's a whole bunch of dope things about Serato Studio. But the main thing is they now had the Serato sample tracks in there that had the stems. They had that for about a year, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it's been a long time. So I've been utilizing the hell out of that.
Right.
But now they finally moved it to Serato sample. And I was like, well, why didn't they do that before? I asked myself that when they put it in Serato Studio. But I mean, the obvious answer is they wanted to build up hype for Serato Studio, which is a subscription service. And we'll talk about that in a hot second. And it was to get people like myself over to Serato Studio because I was so hype about stems. But now I guess they finally, for whatever reason, are comfortable enough to be like, we either reached our goal or we're going to stop doing that if that's what they're doing, and they put it in Serato sample. So people like me, because I do pay the subscription, for Serato Studio and have been paying it for probably 2 years now, even before stems.
You deep in the streets.
Yeah, I'm super deep in them Serato streets, but now am I getting out of the subscription? Because you got to think, and
Yeah.
I don't know if they didn't think this through, or I don't know their business. I ain't gonna say it like that, but Serato Studio is subscription, Serato Sample, one-time payment. So now if you add the special thing from the subscription to the one-time payment thing, what's to keep people from making the one-time payment?
And I will say applaud to them as a company that they
Yes.
could have made it that you had to pay for that again. The fact that if you already had it and you just get the upgrades like that, and because you know some companies are weird. It's like, oh, if you want the new upgrade, you got to buy it over again. You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
basically
That's
a
so
whole new.
trash, bro.
You know, they made it like you already got it, just download it, you good. Like, and I like when companies do that because you know at least they're showing goodwill towards the community. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Paid updates is no one feels good about a paid update.
Mm.
To me, it would have to be extreme circumstances for a paid update to make sense to me. Anytime there's an update and I see that you got to pay something, I'm like, that's bad. It puts the bad business stigma around it to me.
I wonder is Serato Sample 2.0 like, is it more of a what's the I don't want to say loss leader, but it's like, is
I
it
know what you mean.
it's probably a better, easier sell, right? It's like this is kind of a game changer, you know, software kind of thing. Nobody really has this, right? So we could take the lead on this, and it's better to give it as many people as possible rather than kind of safeguarding it inside of a software trying to get people to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, if you think about it too, now that we're talking about it, I'm doing the numbers. I believe Serato Sample cost $100,
Mm-hmm.
maybe $100, and a annual subscription to Serato Studio is $120 a year. So you're almost getting roughly a year out of the customer. I don't know how many people have been paying for more than a year for Serato
Right.
Studio, but I'm pretty sure, like I said, as a company, they've worked out the numbers and they
Churn rate, they looking like, oh yeah, we got this much drop off. Yeah. Yeah, they probably did
yeah,
the numbers like, yeah, let's just go straight for this.
fan. But
Hey,
listen, we wait,
we
why
went
are we
straight
so
business.
nerdy?
Yeah, why we
We
go
so
straight
nerdy.
business?
We go straight to the business. We supposed to be talking about the plugin and
My
how
bad, my
dope the
bad,
plugin is, and we
my
go
bad.
straight. Yeah, so maybe they crunch the
Shark Tank.
numbers and loss leaders and all that. But
Mm.
aside from that, all right, let's put our producer hats on.
Okay.
Dog, it's fire. What more
Mm.
do you need to know? You probably already seen it before. Listen, you could isolate or take away the vocals, the drums, the music, or the bass all in real time. Just about real time, but as real time as you could possibly get in 2023.
Right.
And fam, it's dope. So I was gonna give a Serato tip, but I don't know. So a Serato tip.
Hey, bruh, I just be wondering what kind of PCs these people got. Like in DJs, they use the Serato stems in the club live. And bro,
Oof.
me and my brother just talking about it. It's like, yo, I'd be so terrified to do that live in the club. I don't think my computer can handle it, bro. Like, I don't trust my computer enough to do that kind of processing work. That's like that's the equivalent of being a producer and you just holding your hands on the pad on Omnisphere. That's what Stems does to your computer while you're DJing. And it's like, yo, people be just doing these mixes on the fly. I'm like, bro, I'm not ready for that yet. I need y'all to figure this out a little bit more, and then I'll jump in on that. But
Wow, is that right? Because I don't know anything about the Serato DJ
it's
stuff. I've never used it.
it's all very similar. Like, I'm sure it's just the same technology. They just, you know what I'm saying? But yo,
Yeah.
DJs letting that joint fly in the club, dog. They be playing songs, no drums, just bass and acapella, and it be going.
See, that's what I'm thinking. I never thought from a DJ perspective, you're using two songs at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing this stem processing on two songs. Whereas if you're a producer, you only have one song or one sample
Exactly.
that you're rocking with. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Serato. Hey, they making moves, man. I like companies pushing the boundaries. You know what I'm saying? It's like if a company's doing something whack, I feel like we gotta talk about it. And I feel like a company's doing something dope, we gotta highlight it. And I feel like Serato consistently, to me, they've been making great moves in the production and
Yeah.
DJ space. They've been
Yeah.
consistent, they've always dropped some stuff, and I'm just like, oh, even Serato Studio. I'm still kind of, I mean, I haven't made the jump, but I'm interested. You know what I mean? It's like
It's fire. They got the automatic drum pattern creator type of thing. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
It comes with sounds. It's pretty dope. The one downside that I had to it or with it compared to this new Serato sample is if you wanted to, and this is not, might as well make this a tip. Great way to make acapellas. That's how I was making acapellas for a while. Put a whole song in and then just isolate the vocals, right?
sure.
In Serato Studio, you can only have, I guess you would think of it as a sequence.
Mhm.
Each sequence can only be a maximum, I think, of 8 bars or 16 bars long.
Oh wow.
So there's no way to actually bounce the whole song out if you're making an acapella. So I was kind of running into that. I found workarounds around it where I would just take the song, chop it by beats, and then just make like 4 to however many sequences, each playing a different part. But now with Serato sample,
Right.
you don't have to worry about that. So,
Masada,
I
what
mean,
up,
it's a
bro?
game changer, bro.
He
Young
says
Masada in the building.
love Serato sample too. Yo, fire, bro.
Yeah, yeah, it's fire. But I think a lot of what a lot of people don't think of it too. And here's another: if you're here to catch this, then there's just good tips. You know, you got your sample and Serato sample, and you chop it up and you do whatever. Well, I mean, the natural thought process is after you make all your chops and your sequences and all that, just take that track and duplicate it 2-3 times, and then just basically it's like having the tracked out stems to a beat, but it's your chops. So it's all chopping the same sample. You do it all as one song, and then after you're done, you just
Yeah, I get what
duplicate
you're
the track and then
saying.
isolate certain things in each track. And now that's an easy way to make better arrangements.
That's
You
smart.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because right for the way I was doing it was so tricky because I would have to do the stems on something else, and then I would have a Serato sample that was just like just the music part, right? Then I have one that was just the bass, so I can cut and filter and do all kinds of stuff. But then trying to match up the chops again between
Yeah,
it was like a whole thing. But that makes it so much easier that
yeah.
you
Just doing it
duplicate and
once.
switch. Yeah, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm using that. Hey, that
Yes,
was a good
sir.
one. Hey,
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
it. I feel like you was talking to me on that one. Appreciate it, sir. How you doing?
If I was living on Instagram again, I would make that'd be a cool little Instagram post,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a fire one. Hey, that's one of them brand deal ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Talk to me nice, Serato.
Hey, come on,
But
come
no,
on.
shout out to Serato, man. Again, great company. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about
Mhm.
Serato. They appear to keep growing, at least in popularity in the producer community. I'm pretty sure. I don't know them in the DJ realm, but I can pretty much guess that they're bigger in the DJ realm than they are in the production realm.
Yeah,
So shout out to them, man.
yeah. Let's see. Masada says I think Rip X is better for whole songs in my opinion, but for quickness, Serato sample 2 is nice. I can see that.
Definitely.
Yeah,
RipX is dope. It's just very, very involved. It's a lot of
yeah.
stuff.
And it's like I
Yeah.
just be wanting to vibe sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
yeah, to me, it's like even the process of like how I was doing it before, and I had to take it on the website, export it, wait that 5 minutes. By the time I did all that, sometimes it was like the vibe wasn't. You know how when you get an idea and you just want to go right then, it's like I would lose that momentum, and it's like now it's
Mhm.
like drag it over, boom, boom, boom. I think that's gonna be a game.
Yeah. No, it's a vibe. Yeah, RipX is like I said, it's super dope. Maybe for full songs if you're really trying to get in there. And the dope thing about RipX that a lot of people don't know is that you can replace certain instruments. Not only can you isolate and take out things, you can replace instruments in it.
Oh, that's crazy.
It actually works pretty good. Like there was a sample I had and it was a woman singing on it. And I just replaced her voice with like a trumpet. And it was just a trumpet playing whatever she
Oh, that's
was
crazy.
singing. Yeah, it's pretty dope. But like I said, it's not like super fast like Serato sample
Yeah.
is or anything like that. But if you're really trying to get in there and do something crazy, RipX is the move.
Yeah, I feel like Rip X, I be feeling like I'm doing a puzzle. It's like I feel like I'm doing some mad intricate, like I'm about to be lost in this for a while.
Bruh. Exactly, bruh.
Let's
Exactly. So go ahead.
I was gonna say Beats by XX. He says, "What do you think about that Piff ending?" Oh shit, I didn't even know they were like official. I ain't gonna front. I thought they've kind of been on
I
the.
did too.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. They caught the really bad end of timing, right? Because when streaming came along, if you think about it, live mixtapes, that Piff, they were the original streamers, right?
Yes,
When
sir.
like for rap, to me, it's like when like Travis Porter, all those artists that came in around that time, they
Mhm.
were streamed humongous, like they were huge streaming, but they didn't make the money because that Piff and all of them, they didn't have everything set up right. And bro, I used to do like mixtapes on that Piff. That was like the
Did you?
yeah. So when you were like we were being like these DJ like affiliate kind of things, and so part of the way you make money is like you partner with our artists, and then you get them on that Piff, because you can't just, back then you couldn't just get on that Piff. You had to go through a DJ, right? And you had to be, so that's how what artists would do it. They would book a DJ and then go through there, and yeah, man, it's just the business. The timing was terrible. It's like the great concept and what they did was incredible. It's just the timing and the business was not right. And so I'm not surprised by it like going down, because the back end was never right, I don't think. But for what it was, iconic, like history, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, for sure. For sure.
another Trapaholics mixtape, all
Yeah.
of that legendary, dog.
I stopped checking for that Piff when, to me, mixtapes ended once people stopped rapping over other people's beats. Because to me, that was a mixtape. Just whatever a beat that's not yours and you rap over it. Mixtape was just full of those. Now, once that went away, I stopped checking for that Piff. And I'm with you. I thought they had been gone. And now I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't know what a mixtape is. And I don't think mixtapes actually exist anymore. Yeah. People just make projects and just call them mixtapes for, I don't know why, what various reasons, I assume.
It's just like freestyles aren't freestyles anymore. It's like, when did that happen?
Oh,
When
yeah.
did the shift to freestyle just stop being freestyles?
I'm a guess late 90s.
I think it was like when Drake with the BlackBerry. I think that's when people was like, huh. You know what I mean? Kind of like, I guess. And I think, I'm sure people always was writing them and just kind of pretending. But at least kind of, hey, sell me. Do some wrestling. Trick me into it. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
a wrestling though.
yeah, I want
WWE.
to be entertained into it. Like, make me think that you freestyle, stumble a little bit. I want to hear you stutter and make me believe this is real. You know what I mean? But
Nah, they
I
don't
don't
do that
know.
no more.
Times have changed,
It was
man.
cool. I remember when it first started changing, it was kind of slick the way they would do it, because somebody would like, you would hear a freestyle or see a freestyle, because by then kind of the internet was kind of a thing. And you never heard it before, but then their album would come out and you would hear that verse on their album. So it was kind of like they were just promoing
Right.
material from their album. But now, it just be like, I don't know. It's freestyling is just rapping, not on a song. It's just rapping live. That's what freestyling is.
And I think honestly, it's just a talent. It was crazy. I seen this Troy Taylor clip like earlier today. They were asking him about R&B, right? And about the state of R&B. And he was like, yo, I don't think that it's not that these kids in the newer generation don't like bridges and the harmonies and stuff. He said, I just don't think they know how to do it. And I was like, bro, I was like, that is probably literally exactly what it is. Because he was like, bro, he's like, the stuff that you sample, obviously it relates. He's like, most of the music is sampled 90s, 2000s R&B. So it's something that relates to you about it. I just don't think that most people have the talent to recreate those kind of records. Because to make those 90s R&B records, you got to be a musician, right? You're not just a regular guy coming off the street and programming that kind of stuff. That's like, you got to know, that's church, that's emotion, that's R&B. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was like, man, that's a really interesting point of like how that came about.
Damn, that is a great point. To do that 90s R&B, you're right. You almost have to have like a shrine in your house to like Brian Michael Cox and Babyface and Chucky Thompson and those types of people. But it's funny because as you say that, I think like maybe, I don't want to say the skill level, but in terms of like actual music theory and actual production and music creating, the skill level has gone down
Mm.
since the 70s or 80s. Because if you think about it, it was
Oh, yeah.
like, people in bands and then drum machines came along. They're like, that's not real drums. That's
Right.
you just plushing them, blah, blah, blah. And then samplers and all that stuff came along. Y'all ain't even playing instruments no more. You just taking the parts from the song, which is all true. We make a dope music with it. But you didn't have to know how to play an instrument anymore. You didn't have to know how to make a bridge. You didn't have to know how to do any of that. I mean, we developed our own things that those people
Right.
don't know how to do. But now, you're right, as it progressed through the 2000s, and now it's like you
Wow.
don't need to know much music theory, let alone how to play an instrument in order to make music at all.
No, you could draw that joint in, and it's gonna
Yeah,
be right. You could just memorize patterns and just draw, and it's gonna work. And so it's like, I'm sure people could figure out the bridges and all that stuff, but it's like another layer of stuff that one is not even common in music that much. So it's like, why would I do it? Why would I take the time to learn it? You know what I mean?
true.
But
Songs don't even be long enough for a bridge no more.
dog, I miss them though. Golly, I
I
want that
know.
trend to come back so bad. That's the one thing I want back.
I want a
I
Mary J. Faith Evans bridge.
come on, man. It ain't nothing like one of them Neptunes where it's like you don't even expect it bridges, where it's like, how did we get here? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
what were you on to get here? That's the bridges I love, dog. Where I'm like, man, you was on some wild stuff. You a wild dude, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what
yeah.
kind of mushrooms, what was you smoking? Well, I don't know what you did, but you did something to get here. You know what I mean?
That's true. Bridges do require some theory. No matter how sophisticated things get, bridges, you gotta know some theory. You gotta know to take it up,
Mhm.
however much. And then how bridges take work, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too much, and I'm terrible. It's like I don't even want to say it like I'm like some musician. I'm where I can barely play. I'm like the play. I can get by. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like you telling me to do a bridge, bro. We gonna sit down for about 2 hours. It's gonna take me a second.
It's
I'll
gonna take a
figure it
little bit.
out. I can get there, but it's gonna take me a minute though. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to peck through it, and
Yeah.
but yeah, I just thought it was so interesting. He was just like, man, I just think it's just a lack of people just don't know. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, that's a very honest thing. You know?
That's a good point, man. Shout out to Troy Taylor, who's also featured in the course Younglord and I did, the
Oh no.
producer's survival manual. Yeah, he has 3 or 4 chapters in that course. And his last chapter, he breaks down how to build a team and all the people that are on his team and all that type of stuff. Yeah,
I
he
feel
was dope. He was dope in that course, bro.
I feel like it's a few people in Atlanta in like the production world that's mentored everybody at some point, and directly or indirectly, if you came up and Troy Taylor is one of those people. I feel
Yeah,
like I didn't know him like directly, but a lot of my homies came up through him, so I learned a lot from him through them. You know what I'm saying? So it's
right.
like, and then like K Fam, it's a bunch of these. B Cox is even like that. I put him in that group of like help
Oh yeah,
usher in the new producers. So yeah, shout out to Troy Taylor, man. Always very knowledgeable, man, and like man, been doing it forever, dog. He got a
yeah,
career.
yeah. Nuts, bro. Wait, oh, I've been totally neglecting the chat.
Yes, sir. Papa Watt says golden era drums make my drums sound real. Yes, sir.
Yo, Papa Watt, I ain't gonna lie. First of all, he gave me the best review ever. And right here, he kind of backed it up. Man, yeah. I've been using his review
Oh, fire.
everywhere. Yeah, he left a dope 5-star review. He's one of the
Right.
first people
Appreciate
to
it.
leave a review. So shout out
Hey,
to Papa Watt, man.
shout out to the people that take the time out to do the reviews, man. It helps so much to the man. Y'all don't know, man. That's what I'm talking
Bruh.
about. If you see an ad, if it's like a my best friend Jacob, if it's a BusyWorks Beats ad or Sound Oracle, you're gonna see my comment on there. Just because
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw something on there, just because I know how difficult it is and I know what they're doing and I know what they're trying to accomplish. So I'm gonna, if it's
Mm-hmm.
an emoji, it's something, I'm gonna put something
Something.
positive because I'm trying to put that good juju in the air. So appreciate the people who do the reviews and look out.
1,000,000%. And Papa Watt, I appreciate you. And since we're here, I am doing platinum era drums next. The
Hey,
trap version. Bro, I got 3 products lined up and they got to come out. So platinum era drums might be next. I made this super crazy tape emulation rack device thing for Ableton. That's coming out. And something else, but I'm putting out some free stuff probably Friday
oh fire.
this week. So yeah,
Hey,
man, just trying to line it up for the rest of the year.
hey, man, if y'all not on the mailing list, get on that so you can get the free skis.
Yes, indeed. And, since people are here, the reason behind it, and of course you understand it, so feel free to jump in. The reason for the free stuff for anybody that's trying to start a business or maybe do this is to build up the list.
Mm.
Because new things coming around, build my list up a little bit more, especially my Ableton list, and Black Friday's coming. Everybody wants a hefty list for Black Friday.
Exactly.
So list building is important. I don't focus on it as much as I should. Fortunately, it just kind of happens over time, but I could be a little more proactive about it. So if you're trying to start a business or do any of this stuff, build up your list, man. It's quite important.
Lead generation, one of the top 3 things of a business. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to them. Speaking of top 3 things, if I had a choice between 3 of the top things I would want to purchase while playing Call of Duty.
That was a segue, boy. No scooter. That boy segueing. Come on,
fam. The number one thing I would want to purchase while playing Call of Duty, that's right, you guessed it, the Nicki Minaj bundle. Because I want to play as Nicki Minaj.
You want to pull up in the Tonka straight from Sri Lanka? I don't even know if that's the right bar. I feel like I said that wrong. I feel like I said it out of order.
So could you tell the people what we talking about here?
Bro, I seen this ad. I'm like, this seems very awkward. So for some reason, it's a crazy brand deal, but you could play as Nicki Minaj in Call of Duty. They gave her the yams. It's Nicki Minaj in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And people are taking this chance to troll and do all kinds of crazy stuff. And also, she says all these catchphrases. So it's like,
hold up in the monster.
It's like, you know how they do, like, we're going to record 100 vocal takes and then, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's, it's interesting seeing Call of Duty Nicki Minaj with the yams yelling monster at me while I'm getting spawn killed.
Double cheeked
up
what I thought. With the shotty. Double cheeked with the shotty, bro.
That's not what I want to see while I'm playing Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to just strictly, like spawn camp and pull, little 12, 14-year-old people who just being annoying in the corner and ship it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get them at B. Let's lock them down. You know what I'm saying?
Who called me the N-word? It's time to get him up out
Come on, bro. He was talking crazy. Come on, let's handle it. You know what I'm saying? We're playing hard point. Let's rack up the point. Slow the pace down. We're gonna torch.
So wait, did you see my notes on this?
No.
First self-named female operator in Call of Duty. That's dope. Okay. In history. The second thing, and I got links to these sources. It says the bundle costs around $30 or 2,400 COD points. That's not too bad. Yeah. If you really like Nicki, you can pay the 30 for the operator bundle.
Hey, they need to bring hip hop back into video games.
Come on, Def Jam Vendetta.
Man, Def Jam Vendetta vibes, bro. I was people up with you, God, dog.
There you go. So how many? Are there any of these? Because I'm not a gamer, but so are there any other rappers in Call of Duty? I figured Snoop had to have been there.
Yeah,
before.
Snoop is a new one, and I think that's it. I think it was supposed to be Cardi B originally, and then something happened, and then they ended up canceling her, and I guess now they went with Nicki. I'm just sure that the rapper thing is a licensing nightmare. That's probably why they don't do it as much. Because I'm sure with the NBA, it's a hard thing to do. Because like Charles Barkley's not in any of the games because he doesn't want his likeness. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure it's like dealing with labels and people not owning their name, all that stuff. I'm sure it's a lot of.
Yeah, nothing in music is easy, and that seems to be very on purpose. It just seems to be. It just seems to be super on purpose, man. I don't know. Things just weren't really designed to be easy.
Oh, so real quick, Masada had said this a while back. He says N Music is suing to stop Serato from being sold. Y'all hear about that? Claiming monopoly.
Wait. N Music is suing to stop Serato from being so. Who's Serato being sold to?
I don't know, but isn't that the pot calling the kettle black?
Yeah. So wait, I'm confused. So Masada, bro, I hope you still in here because he's the one that posted. So wait a minute. First of all, how is that a monopoly? If they get,
I need more.
I'm confused, but this sounds very interesting.
Yeah, bro. I need more info on that.
Yeah, Masada. Oh, shout out to DJ Wiseman too, man. He's in here.
Hey, Wiseman, what up, bro?
Man, Wiseman always repping, bro. Shout out to the homies for sure.
Sure. You
Yeah.
guys heard of the Jamstick yet? It's the first good MIDI guitar.
No, I'll check it out. I am not much of a guitarist, and by not much, I mean never played before. But I like technology and music, so I'm definitely checking.
Bro, I'm stuck on level 15 on Guitar Hero because I don't think that's for me, dog. I don't think it's for me,
Nah,
dog.
nah,
It might
nah.
look
I
cool.
play Ableton jams. That's what I play.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Ableton jams, man. Hey, you know what else I play too? I play blind rank with
This
my
boy is good.
co-hosts
This boy is
on this
good.
show. Come on, listen.
I was gonna
It
call
ain't
you.
on me, it's in me. Pause.
I was gonna
Yes.
call you the Segway guy, but then the Segway guy did. He didn't end.
No,
He didn't end up
no
with.
cliffhangers.
Point.
I'm
Point.
sorry. I am
That was
on
a good
fire.
one. That was a good one. That was a good one. Points.
I am on fire. Calm me
Yeah,
down. Because
that
somebody
was
cool me down here.
that was deep. Somebody gonna Google that and be like, oh,
Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh,
that went dark.
that joke was dope and mean. Ooh.
Okay, hold on. Before we get there, Masada says in music threatens legal action over Alpha Theta Corporation Serato acquisition.
Okay, but
Mm.
how does that offend in music, or like what's their
Yeah, I wonder what Alpha Theta
beef
owns.
with that?
Because I guess
Yeah,
that's what it would depend on. If Alpha Theta owns like a, you know,
like because in music owns a lot of DJ
like
stuff, so Alpha Theta can't be like a monopoly in the DJ area because in music owns like Pioneer and another DJ joint.
yeah, it's just funny. It's just like like oh yeah, the company that's acquiring everybody is gonna get upset. I mean, I get it. It's business. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's see.
yeah,
Like in music.
yeah. Let's see what's happening here. Dog, that's wow.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. Let's see. I just found a Reddit, so I don't. Hold on, let me find the official. Oh, it's
Shout out to Young Sada.
uh,
Oh, Ponzu said talking about, but I'm just reading extra stuff in the comments while you look that up. Talking about bass, how Bangladesh 808 never took off like the Spins 808. That's a fact. I don't know how that happened.
well,
The Spins 808 and the Zay 808 went crazy.
Hey, Bangladesh joint had a run though, because like what was them records? Like Rihanna Cake and all of them. That 808 is very like it's the
Kind
same.
of
You know what I'm saying? It's the same style. You know what I'm saying? That real like tonal.
very tonal. Yeah,
Yeah, they had a little
yeah.
run. Doom. Bangladesh dog is just crazy, dog. He's one of my favorites, dog. I just want to hear like
Nuts.
he's one of the people. If he put out an instrumental album, I would want to hear it. Like I would be. I'm so intrigued by a Bangladesh instrumental album because it's just like I just don't know what I would get.
Yeah. That's like him and C Note are the same way.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're gonna
Bangladesh.
get something, it's gonna be ratchet, but it's gonna be you still not gonna know what you're gonna get though.
Bangladesh is like if you buy a mystery box from like a clothing store that you like. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know what shirt I'm gonna get. It's probably gonna be dope though. I'm probably gonna rock with it. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea what it's gonna be though. I don't know what colors. I don't know if it's gonna match. It's gonna be cool though. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Yeah.
He's one of those people. C Note, incredible. Like every time I
Yeah.
hear C Note, I'm like, bro, this dude gets it, bro. He just
Very musical. Super
yeah.
ratchet, but very musical, bro.
But if you want to make a super simple beat, he kills on them joints too. And I feel like as some people don't get that balance of being able to be super musical and then turn it off and make a super simple like 3 sound beat and it's super jamming. You know what I mean? So skillful, man.
Shout out, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out.
Um,
So I don't know if Masada is still up in here, but
oh yeah, he said,
are you ready? Oh, what is
yeah.
that? He said
He says in music only owns 17% of the market. Ooh.
true. That even if so, though, what is that compared to everybody else? Is there somebody with like 30% or 40%, or do they own like a bigger share of the market? And those just random questions I'm asking, and not that I even expect to answer, but that's interesting. I'm gonna have to follow that story a little bit more, bro.
Yes, sir. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this game. What is this? The rank
All
game?
right, man. We are going to play blind rank because we played it last time and it was kind of fun. So I'll host it again this time against you. And for those that don't know how this goes, I'm gonna present 5 things to Trizza one at a time, and he has to rank them in slots 1 through 5 without knowing what comes next. So I hope you understood that. If not, you'll notice while we play this game, because sir, you are going to blind rank these 5 instrument VSTs.
Wow. Instrument VSTs. Okay. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm gonna start you off with I'm gonna be a little tricky on the start off.
Okay.
Nexus. These are kind of classic, by the way.
I get that a solid. Oh, that's tricky. That is a tricky one.
Yeah. You don't know which way to go. You don't know how I'm coming at you.
I say 4.
4? Okay.
Say 4.
All right. Yeah, he put Nexus in a 4. That's a little strategy off the rip. I like it. Okay. So next, Serum.
Ooh. I'm a Serum fan. I'll put that at 3.
You know what? I can't be mad at your strategy. I can't. I really can't be mad at your strategy, bro. Let's go Contact. That's a little tricky one.
Hold on now.
Yeah, because you're like, it's an instrument VST, is it not? It most certainly is in my book.
Hey man, I'm a Contact fan, bro. Contact maybe. I'm putting Contact at 2.
Contact in the 2?
Yeah, I'm putting it in 2.
Okay.
I feel like it might be one that's better. It's a few that could be better, and it's a few that could be worse. So I feel like I'm in a good spot. You know what I mean? I got a little wiggle room.
So I only wrote down 5 things. And the 2 things I have left, I think are pretty obvious for you to rank. And with that being said, I'm gonna just go ahead and congratulate you on a good game. I'm gonna just say this last thing. Let's see, Omnisphere.
Oh yeah, easily number. You could throw that number 1. That's like OG classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good ranking. So that will leave you with your number 5 is beautiful. That will leave you with Silent in the 5. And that is that no no disrespect, but that is the perfect place for that VSC. It's run its course.
Yeah.
I heard that joint cracks is like 2012.
Bro, can you even open it? You need one of them 32-bit converter joints to open it up.
You need an abacus to open that joint.
Hey.
Hold on, let me reload my beads.
See, this time I was more prepared. I got a little more strategy this time. You know what I mean? I kind of, first time I was a little, I didn't know how to do it, but now I think I got it. You know what I mean?
That was good. You got to host next time.
Mm-hmm.
You got to hit me with 5 things next time. But yeah, no, that's perfect. So let's just recap your ranking real quick. Omnisphere in the 1, Contact in the 2, Serum in the 3, Nexus in 4, and Silent in 5.
I'm not mad.
Nah, that's a proper ranking
With
right
3,
there.
you
To
could
be
switch
honest
around if you wanted to, depending on the person. But I'm not mad. Overall, I will stick with my choices.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and be wild and say 1 or 2 you can switch around.
I'm not
because
mad
Contact, it's kind of like the ultimate thing because you can have 50,000 things. So yeah, that was like the little trick one in there, but I count that. So that's proper, bro.
Let's see. We got some joints in the chat. Okay, so a few episodes back, you guys were talking about artists getting credit for their work. Have you heard of Jaxsta song credit yet? Jaxsta is the world's largest and only official music credit database. Oh, that's fire.
Huh. No, that's pretty dope.
Thank you for letting
Jaxsta.
Yeah, I'm writing that drinks down.
Yeah, I'm like,
what was that soda that used to be out back in the day?
Shasta.
Shasta, that's what it made me think of with the little Black Panther on it. Yo, Shasta.
Are you Shasta old?
Man, that's crazy. What do you both want to see Spectrasonics put in Omnisphere? 3. I got a good answer for that, bro.
You go first because I got to think about that.
I want some immaculate sorting and like filters because Omnisphere is overwhelming.
Mm,
And
mm.
at times, bro, and I enjoy the like find the similar sounds and like the random, but they need to add more stuff like that that makes it easier to find stuff and it's like explore random pockets because sometimes it's just like, bro, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And keeping in that same vein, making categories for sounds should be a lot easier too. I mean, you could go, you got a right click, make the little folder thing, and it should be a lot easier. I would make it something like, I don't know if you ever made a playlist in Spotify.
You're right.
It's very, very easy. It should be almost that easy.
I agree. I agree. Papa Watt says we need another Formula 808 pack. Okay.
On it. Platinum era drums is gonna come with some 808s in it on it too. Yeah, 30 of them joints. And I got it since Papa Watt is asking to where the kick snare hat, all that stuff is there like golden era drums, but then one octave up and stretching all the way up. The rest of the keyboard is 808s. So it's all in the same rack. Yeah. Yes, sir. And the 808s duck the kick if they hit it at the same time automatically. You don't have to set no settings or nothing. It just happens.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. I've been nerding, bro. Nerding.
Inspire me.
Nerding.
Let's see. BMI may sell to private equity firm. You know, bro, I'm telling you, it's something up with all of these acquisitions, bro. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like it's a lot of stuff moving, bro. A lot more than normal, you know.
It's weird. And the people that are doing it, I need to start monitoring them to figure out what they're doing because they seem to know something about something that's coming up in life.
Yeah.
That we don't know. Between the music catalog acquisitions, just the unusual frequency of music company acquisitions, and now the acquisition of a PRO.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. That's different.
Did you know it was another PRO that it's like so it's ASCAP, BMI, CSEC, and then there's another one that it's like Drake is on. I forgot the name of it, but it's invite only. It's like a really exclusive one. And I seen it, and I was like, wait a minute, how did I not know about this? I was like, I'm about to look it up. I felt like I need to step my game up, bro.
Damn, you're with the pores on the regular PRO.
I'm like, man, what was? Is it called Drake Hassan? No, this is old. Oh yeah, it's pulling up a 2013 thing with ASCAP when I try to put in PRO.
That his joint so exclusive. He in an Illuminati PRO.
Yeah, I seen a video about it, and it was like Boy Wonder, Drake, and it had some. I think Max Martin was in it. It was like the heavy hitters though, the big dogs is in there. You know what I mean? And I was like,
Man,
oh,
them
this
niggas
is
get paid daily instead of quarterly,
straight from the tap.
Facts.
They getting cash apps for Spotify. It's like, yeah,
niggas, they get paid per stream.
Yeah,
like, you see all of them just coming in. Damn. Yeah, let me know. But yeah, BMI, while he looks that up, BMI is potentially being sold for 1.7 billion. Wow. To what is it? Hold on, let me look it up. Because it's something New Mountain Capital. Is that who it is? Let me click on this link. Look at me being fancy this week, including links.
My dog,
including links. Yeah. Yep, 1.7 B, New Mountain Capital.
Tell them let me hold 500.
Yeah, like 500 what, sir?
They got whatever. Hey, at that amount,
I think just 500.
Hey,
it don't even matter.
What y'all gonna say yes to?
Let me hold 500.
Yeah, let me hold a little 500.
No, they're gonna let you hold 500 streams. Like, you take the 17 cent, get out of here.
Get on my office, sir.
Here's 17 streams. But yeah, that's interesting. That's something to keep an eye on. And every time I see somebody talking about this acquisition, it's always potential acquisition. So I don't know what they're waiting on or if it's not going to go through, but I've seen this so many times. I feel like it's about to happen. Yeah, bro. So I don't know. And I'll keep an eye on the chat. But while we talk about that, speaking of streams, Drake, Has really nothing to do with streams, but I'm tired of y'all talking about when Drake's album is gonna come out.
Oh yeah, all right. He done pump faked a few times, huh?
Yeah, and then he's
Or
like,
people
"Nah,
think he is.
I never said it was coming out in 2 weeks," which is technically true. But Amazon said it was coming on the 25th of August,
Oh,
and he did some type of new deal with Amazon Music or something like that. So
it's probably gonna go drop. You gotta think Labor Day weekend, people off, you know what I mean? People ought to be barbecuing. If I'm Drake, I'm gonna kind of align with that because you know,
he's on tour though.
oh yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, people have dropped albums on tour before. Not it don't happen a lot. It's not common, but
yeah,
people have
that
done
is a
it
good point,
before.
huh?
Yep. And if you're on tour, do you start performing new stuff
Yeah,
that you made? And if you did, like if you start tonight, and I went to your show last night, I'm a little salty.
yeah, like I want to hear from my dogs.
I want to hear 3:45 a.m. in Japan, in Tokyo. I want to hear that.
This is exclusive Cleveland. It's like
Yeah, so I don't know, but all I know is
you
it's
say
probably gonna be
3:45
heat.
in Tokyo. That's
Come
what you
on,
got.
bro.
Drake always got a song like that.
Those be so hard too. That's where you get all the bars and the real feelings right there.
7:38 at Silver Lake Ramen. You like it's like, was he hungry? Was it dinner?
The more specific and the wilder the place, I can't wait to hear it. It's great marketing. Yo, if you see 5:17 a.m., I don't know, in Cleveland, you kind of want to know.
Yeah, like, man, what's he doing out there?
Right. Exactly. What? And don't be posh. Midnight in Ibiza. Whoa.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
that? What did that sound like?
No, yeah.
That's too
Party.
much. That's too
Good
much right there.
time.
I mean, yeah.
All right. Masada says, can I suggest a technology change I'd like to see implemented in a VST or a DAW?
Let's hear it.
Instant loading for sounds like PlayStation 5 did for video games. Wow. We have we have is it NVMe drives now? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Enemy mean
Yeah.
drives.
Yeah. Drives. He said,
Yeah.
if Sony could do it with the games, VST makers could do it with the sounds. What do you think? Hey, vote this man for president.
Nah, he's right. He is right. I don't know what that means for your system or how they implement that structure, but it can happen. And I think it'd be fire, bro.
I mean, it's very, but you gotta think about it. PlayStation 5 is just like a not as good PC. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So it's
That
like,
is true.
hey man, I need them sounds on an instant. I don't want no loading.
Nah, I want that there.
Yeah.
Right there. Requires a little preloading, probably. I don't know.
We should make like one of those YouTube channels where we like test computers just by like, we're gonna load 5 Omnisphere pads. Can it handle 16 gigs of
5 Omnisphere pads, bro? Okay. What's worse on your system? 5 Omnisphere pads, 5 Diva pads, or 5 Serum pads?
Yeah, them Diva pads is different though. I ain't gonna front. Them Diva joints have your computer sound like it's pop locking. Sound like some Rice Krispies in them joints.
No bull, bro.
Yo, that joint had your computer stressed, dog.
Different.
I mean, Serum had his moments, but I remember Diva putting a hurting on my computer, dog.
Dog, that's the first time I ever seen my computer just become a coward. Just a straight cow. I loaded up this when I first got Diva. It might have been the third sound I loaded up. I've never seen my computer react so emotionally to something in my life. I had a straight mental breakdown.
Ron Burgundy?
Oh, facts. Yeah, a little yes flute. You ain't know what to do.
Yeah, no, the pads are serious.
Yeah, bro.
All right,
Damn.
let's see. Has data and research killed creativity in music? Who was the original that talked about this?
Ray Daniel.
Okay. Shout out to Ray. I just seen Ray Wednesday, right? So I was just with Ray Wednesday. Shout out to Ray.
Yes, sir.
Podcast. He going crazy. Okay,
He going
that's why
super
I was
crazy.
like, I we talked about this. Okay. And I definitely think, especially with the labels, and it's tough, man. I feel like as a business person, I see a lot of this and I understand why, because it's like everybody's trying to funnel hack to get to the top. So I understand why people are doing this but also it's like, I think in music, you need people in charge of music that love music. You can't have people with a business mindset. Just like how we talk about with the
Right.
hardware. It's like you have people who are engineers building hardware for producers, right? And not necessarily a producer thinking like this is how I would do it. And I feel like that disconnect causes a lot of issues, especially in the music labels, right? It's the people who are in charge most of the time don't really care about the art. It's not like Russell Simmons and Rick Rubin. These dudes,
Right.
they
They had
love,
the passion.
this was their thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Mhm.
for them to make something and for it to be different, it was like their whole point. But now, and I don't know Mike Karen. Mike Karen might be the same. I can't say that. You know what I'm saying about him or wherever. But to me, most when I think of label heads, I don't necessarily think of them like that now. I don't see the passionate label owner who is like
No.
LA Reid or something that has music experience and they coming in and they're passionate about this and they're shaping and molding. I don't see that as often. So and it's about data, which it works. You know, when we doing ads, when we're doing web stuff, that's what we're looking at. So I understand it,
Right.
but it also takes the fun out of it because it's just like a numbers game. We're just gonna find people who are attractive and have a good tone, and we're gonna just put records on them, and that's
That's a
gonna be the
fact.
plan.
And it shows where the power dynamic is in the music business because it's obviously more on the business side than the music side because everything is going algorithms, everything is going data. And you and I, we love data. We we love that type of stuff. But when it comes to something as creative as this, a lot of the creativity just gets thrown out the window in lieu of like, well, the numbers say that we need to do this country house hybrid song instead of the song that you really want to do. So that's what you're going to do. And it says we should make it 48 seconds. And, once you get too many data points, you kind of become that. And it's funny because the data points are supposed to lead you in the best directions, but they lead you apparently in the best directions of, it's weird. They apparently lead you in the best directions of profit, but you would think the best direction of profit would be the best direction for creativity too. But they seem to almost be
The
like
opposite.
the opposite directions. It's so
Yeah.
polarizing. It's crazy, bro.
Because I think
Because
cool, right, is only cool for a certain amount of time, and then the opposite of that always kind of comes in, and then that's what's cool. Like now everybody's wearing baggy pants. When 4 years ago, everybody was wearing skinny jeans. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the exact opposite is happening. And I feel like that's how it is with music. It's always like the opposite polarizing thing is the new thing that comes in. So it's like if you're chasing analytics, you always are chasing after a new trend, trying to keep up. And I think that's what, like how they talk about no like songs are really breaking through Billboard, and it's like the worst times it's been. And I think it's a few things. It's no brand building, it's no community, right? Like Drake has a community. Drake has built with these people. J. Cole has a community. When you talk about J. Cole, it's people that would fight over J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? That's a community he's built. But these new artists, I don't know anything about these new artists. I could tell you, I have no idea. So it's like that brand building isn't there. You know what I mean? And then I think the music is too dark. You know what I mean?
It's dark and it's sad. And you're right. People connect with songs. People like songs now, not artists at all. Look at TikTok. You could hear the same song 6,000 times over 3 months, and nowhere ever will it tell you the name of the artist or the name of the song. It'll be on every meme. It'll be everywhere. And it's like no urgency to even tell you who it is.
Bro, I've been in the club a lot more lately. You know what I'm saying? Working.
Club can't even handle me right now.
And if I told you who the biggest artist is in the club right now, and it's by far, you would be surprised.
It's not Sexy Red, is it?
Sexy Red by far.
Wow, I knew it. I knew
bro.
it.
When I say and bro, at first it's like I had a conversation with somebody. It's like I don't get it, and I'm like, bro, you went to high school with 5 girls that went to act just like that, and they were fun and they were cool, but they were just hood. I know 10 girls like Sexy Red. I know that archetype. I think with so many girls like that. It's just they rational, they fun, energetic. You know what I'm saying? They say stuff you like, that's crazy. But it's like, oh, it's funny. You know what I'm saying? People relate to that. So you relate more to that than I mean, Ice Spice. I feel like she's a different, it's a different play.
You know, it's kind of organic and the other one's kind of man-made.
Yeah, exactly. One's more of a like, yeah, exactly. So it's like, I feel like that's why the females are working though. It's because all their records are fun. It's energetic. It's all like, so they're winning, but it's like nothing is crossing over. But I feel like, especially for male artists, everything is like, I'm gangster. I'm trying to prove something. Dark.
Sad.
I'm sad. And it's like, bro, I don't want to hear. And the masses don't want to hear. Most hit records aren't sad, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You rarely hear really big hit records that are sad like that, unless it's like a Adele or like a Beyonce that they could pull it off. And normally they upbeat, but it's sad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, I definitely think it's a lot. The data is kind of throwing off stuff, but you know, what do we do?
Yeah. Hey, we just yell "ski you" and we keep it moving.
Bro, it's when I say Sexy Red by far, bro.
I know, and it's something authentic. It's the authenticity. Like we saw, people don't connect with artists. She's so relatable, and just like the person you went to school with, that you kind of connect with her. And the music is hard. And to give an example, she got 2 songs out. 2 songs.
Oh, bro, she got about 4 songs in the club that's going crazy.
4, okay, two I know, like mainstream. And people love her just based off those 2 joints. Whereas, let's say Ice Spice, she had the one, maybe the second one a little bit, but it's not this type of attachment.
Yeah, this is different. I haven't seen an artist take off like this in a second. Like this is like.
But she got the Cardi, I'll do a whole live in my bonnet type of vibe.
You know what it reminds me of? Is like back in the day when Walker came out and it was just like a different energy.
Yeah.
It was just like everybody, it was just like a different time. You just like, man, this is a weird, not weird, but like a different energy than what the rest of the club, because before then it was like the futuristic, like Travis Porter, that kind of, and then that came in and such a different like energy. And I feel like, especially with the female records, it was all like the cute female, like dancey records, right? Everything was like really cute and bubblegummy sounding. And then she's coming in with Tay Keith beats that sound mad aggressive, but she's talking the same stuff on those beats that most people like. It's more palatable because it's like most dudes, to me, it's like it's easier to listen to Sexy Red than it is to walk around listening to Ice Spice.
That's
you know what I'm saying. If you're just a normal dude,
because it's some like, hard ghetto shit.
Yeah, because it's like more relatable for you as a dude than it is like Ice Spice. I enjoy the production. I like her records. To me, is dope. I enjoy pop music, but it's like if I'm just asking like my brother, for example, who doesn't like trap music at all. If he had to pick one, I'm pretty sure he would probably like Sexy Red's music way better, just because if he had to pick one, the beats and everything, the package, right? I'm sure it'd be an easy. And I feel like that's why it's winning, man. Like. You know, so it's like, and I don't think that's like a data point. I think Sexy Red is one of those things that's just like an organic, we figured it out and it just worked. You know what I mean? And it's like data can't show you that. Like this ain't no like I'm looking on SoundCloud analytics. This is like, yo, I popped up on YouTube because I made a hood video and it just worked. And then everybody's going crazy. You know what I mean?
Right. It's very organic, man. Hey, shout out to her. And at first, I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was like, man, what the hell is going on? But now I'm like, oh, I get it. I mean, you ain't gonna catch me at the light playing it or nothing like that. But I'm like, oh, I get it now. By the way, they gave me an idea, dog. Everybody that I think is an industry plant, I'm gonna put on one playlist, and I'm gonna call it plant-based music.
Plant-based music.
Okay, for what reason? I have no idea.
If you got to name an artist you're gonna put in there, who would it be?
Ice Spice.
Ooh,
and I'm just saying that off the top. I don't know, but the dead behind the eyes kind of gives me the feeling.
I was gonna say Logic, but I don't know why.
Hey, maybe.
I don't even know why he would. I don't even think he would. I don't know, something about him. I just feel like I just see him in the news all the time, and he's just associated with like stuff. So I don't know. That was my pick.
It's certain things, and the people that like I name Ice Spice. I don't really think that she's an industry plant, but it's something about it's a robotic type of uncanny valley thing going on there.
Not
yeah, see, you feel me? Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying, bro.
Yeah, I can't wait to tell somebody they look like an uncanny valley. I can't wait. Oh my God. I'm about to eat somebody up with that, boy.
tell me I'm lying. The type of person just look at you and talk, but not really like kind of looking through you, like, yeah, so blah blah blah.
My dog said
I get that vibe.
Oh, my dog said she looked like she came from Mid Journey. That's
That's a
hilarious.
fact. Like, I don't know how they drew your hand so well, but I'm still not buying it.
They upscale this one a lot. They hit the upscale on this one.
They upscale this one a lot. Oh, nerdy ass jokes.
Man.
Nerdy jokes is
That was,
fire, but
bro, that was some deep pocket AI jokes. That was great.
that's a fact. But yeah, plant-based music, man, coming your way. Uncanny Records.
I'm crying. I'm crying.
All right, man.
I'm literally
look,
crying.
man. I am too. This one I just got to is coming out. I don't even know if anybody else even cares about what we laughing about.
Oh man, I'm literally crying right now. That's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Oh man,
that's too funny. All right, man. We 6 minutes over, bro.
I'm about to be in tonight, partying it up with some R&B singers and stuff. So, hey man,
fire.
If y'all want to find a way to get more placements, find a way into a club and try to get some weight. It's a great way.
There you go. Man, I'm gonna be in here. I'm in here working on projects. I'm gonna be here working on Platinum Era drums. I'll be here working on the tape emulator I made for Abraham. I want to come out with that first, but I think I'm gonna come out with it a little later. But it's called Real World, REEL World, because it's like a world of real. You know, I use the random button. You can hit the random button, so it's like endless tape presets. So it's a world of just presets. Endless presets.
You should take like a picture of Puck, and then when he's like open the car, and you remember Real World, and the dude open the car and smack the girl. You should take that, and then that should be Real World used to be crazy back in the day.
That was wild. Early reality TV, bro.
Yeah, early. Great time.
Maybe one of the earliest.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of the first shows.
Yeah. Man. All right. So we over. So we listen. Man, this is fun. This has been This has been another episode of UnQuantized Podcast, and we will see you next week.
Peace. If somebody says